us in the right places. Technology.
Yes.
We absolutely love our technology.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're live. Now it's streaming us. Yeah. Take a breath. And I just want to make sure now. Let's see if I can find it. One of these days we're not going to have to go through all of this, Sheri.
No. What are
Yeah.
we going to do instead?
Well, I'm not sure yet, but I know that this is like antique, isn't it? The
Yeah.
things we have to go through to stream and to get the messages out there. And I just keep hearing there's a better way. And you know what, Sheri? The mother of invention, the way things are always created,
Yeah.
is by somebody saying there has to be a better way.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And now we are live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And those of you that are watching us, please share this out. And I'm going to introduce my guest again because I know none of that was heard. We weren't live on wherever we were supposed to be live at. So, welcome to Gratitude Happy Hour. We're happy. I'm happy. I'm just so thrilled to be here with Sheri. And Sheri Myers is my guest today, my guest co host. And we're going to discuss It's Too Late to Quit. I'm loving, loving, loving the energy of this book. And I want everybody to know Sheri. And those of you that are popping on, I see people now. I see people. And they're live people and they're on with us live. So please help us share this out because I want everybody on the planet to know the beautiful Sheri Lee Myers. And
And
Sheri, I was trying to think earlier today. I think it's about 5 years since we connected first. Is that about right?
yes, that is about right because you are one of the first people I interviewed,
Yeah.
Teri Miller. And you
Absolutely.
had some amazing concepts like the gratitude vase.
Yes.
Hugs, love. I mean, you were writing, and I mean, you were putting a lot of things into form when we met, and I am so glad that we have stayed in touch because
Oh my
it
gosh.
just keeps evolving. I keep
Yeah.
seeing this expansion of your tribe and you and our network of angel communicators and people who are really ready and hungry to be part of the grid,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. There's so much expansion
Yeah.
and going into the spaciousness of what is and the possibilities. This
Yes.
is what I'm seeing, Sheri. People that are seeing possibilities. And I love it. I just love this time. I know that there's a downside to what happened, and there were many losses, and people went into some panic and stuff. But you know what? I just have had so much expansion during this time, and I know that your creative juices were flowing because look what we've got now. Look at what we have, this beautiful, beautiful gift that you have put out there for the world called It's Too Late to Quit. Let's talk about it.
Well, what I love to do is I love to ask everybody, what does that mean to you? It's too
Mhm.
late to quit.
Yeah.
What bell does that ring? What thought does that do you think when it's too late to quit? For me, I understand that as, and there's a page in the book about this. It's the hours that you already committed to your dream.
Oh,
And it is also all the hours you were thinking of committing, but you didn't because you were in resistance. that is still the energy of your dream. And what I want to say in this book is that the difference you can make now in your life is to do those steps toward your dream.
Mm,
It's too late to quit on that big dream.
yes,
Right. Yeah.
absolutely. Sheri, I want to read one of the pages from this book because
Great.
it really spoke to me.
Great.
And I want you to explain kind of how this came through for you also after I read it. We say this with great love. The truth is that it is truly too late to quit. We can't let you shrug off the hours, days, weeks, months, years you have already devoted to your passion, the hard work and doing, as well as the not doing, avoidance time. Don't feel bad about it. We consider your many hours of mission drift slash resisting as time you deeply wanted to commit to your dream. The difference now is that you are doing it. Sheri,
Mm.
wow. Yeah, when we think about that, about the avoidance that
Yeah.
many of us did, and I'm talking about myself too, procrastination. What's that word that you used in the book?
Oh, yes. Perfectionism.
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's so great when you can put your finger on some behavior that I do that holds me from letting go, and so that has helped. That every these pieces, all of these pages, just about all the pages, except for, of course, the pages with my mom, they came to me over a 4 or 5 year period, maybe even longer,
Mhm.
because throughout my father was a coach. So,
Oh,
and a very successful one, very successful soccer coach and lacrosse coach. And I obviously he modeled something that I have in my genes, which is my interest in inspiring people and keeping them going.
mhm.
That's important. It's
It is.
something I just have to do. Fortunately, when I'm going through this long siege of putting our movie together, putting the podcast together, just slogging through some years there, I had these messages that came through after my meditations. And I had things that occurred to me that I got to write down. And so I had this stack of books and I started like yellowing the ones that meant something to me. And I pulled them out, I arranged them. And then my husband made this narrative that I didn't even know was there, so that someone can sit down and have a full on experience.
Mhm.
For me, it was this experience over 5 years, longer, but it was words that if I repeated it to somebody else, they went, oh, oh.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right?
There were so many aha moments in this book.
That's nice. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Sheri, it like I said, it is a work of art. It really
Thank
is. And I want everybody in the world to get this book. I really do. It
you.
just is so beautiful and enlightening. And it's so you. It is you. And I've come to know you a little bit over the last 5 years. And you are that coach. You are that person that motivates and that says, you can do this. And you did that with me. You did that every time I had something that was going on in my life, whether it was cancer or, something else moving, something that was going on that I was struggling with. And you were there. You were always there.
Oh,
So
thank
you are that person. You're that person that uplifts and motivates. And this book does that. It does that for us.
it's as simple as that. If you
Yeah.
get the book and it inspires you, bless your heart. Keep reading and keep opening up to what is inside, deep inside, because in the book, I also have 30 links. I have 30 dedicated pages to people like Teri Angel. And on these 30 dedicated pages is the dedicated page that spoke to me, that I wrote and spoke to me about Teri or someone else. And then it has Teri's link at the bottom. And if you click on that link, you get to go right to the treasure house that is Teri Angel.
Yes.
So that's part of this whole, my theory is that we are all in this together and bringing you, thank God you said yes, but bringing you with me as we open up the angelic and the divine to more people and more people.
Mm-hmm.
Any way we can do it.
Anyway.
Any way we can do it, you know.
Yeah, Sheri, you have so many ways that you do that. You have a movie that you wrote called The Angel Lady.
Right, Angel Lady, which is, of course, now it's going to be shooting in Texas, and in a little border town. But of course, we have some hurdles to get to cross before we can get to a safe film shoot environment. So in the meantime, I'm so happy I have this book that was ready to be birthed. And did I know that this virus would be coming up and smacking everybody down? No, I did not know that, but it's too late to quit is for anyone who feels upset, chaotic, distressed, anxious, but also eager maybe to transform.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. And I'm so glad that you wrote that movie and that you started getting things rolling, because that is how I met you.
That's right.
You're looking for people to interview about angels and for us to share our experiences with angels. And I was more than happy to do that for you because, as you know, I have such a deep connection with them my whole life.
Yes.
And when I heard your concept for the movie, my soul was just saying, yes, yes. Everyone should be aware that there are angels and that they are real and they do exist. So then later on, you created an Alexa skill.
That's right. That's
I
right.
love, and you reached out to me again.
Yeah, of course, because you really are a master of meditation and prayer. You are so eloquent and beautiful, and I came up with this crazy idea, just like the podcast was this crazy idea to find the people who loved angels, because our film is spiritual, not religious, and it's about angels and where are the people who believe in angels. Fortunately, I know there's a lot of people because I've been doing my podcast for over 4 years, 5 years. But then I had this crazy idea, which was, it just takes less than a minute. If you commit, you can actually connect. You can have a powerful prayer. You can shift your connection. You can shift your energy if you're willing to give it 30 seconds. So I created my angel prayer with my gorgeous angel communicators. Gosh, 35 different angel communicators from all over the world, including Teri, making up these 30-second angel prayers that are about abundance and health and healing and protection and guidance. And there they are they're on Alexa. They're all over Pinterest. They're all over everywhere. I keep sharing them because I think I love the concept so much, you know. Yeah. And really they do, Teri. I mean, when people are pinning them and they are like, I mean, it's great. It's absolutely great. It's absolutely great. So we have this pool of 100 plus prayers. And then it was, I think, maybe just a natural thing because I started recording prayers that I had written. for my angel prayer. I never, ever considered myself an angel communicator, of course. That's what I did, was interview people,
Right.
find people, and support people who are angel channels, but not me.
Right.
No, 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 no. That's not me. Certainly there are things that I said that I wrote that are in the book that kind of like would kind of look like maybe it was, I was channeling something, but I am still kind of reluctant to go, yeah, but there were messages of such, and Teri, you know, I mean, when we are feeling our communication with our angels, we are feeling the unconditional love.
Oh, yes.
And we are bringing that into our space, and we are allowing it to comfort us, heal us, take us to another place. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm so grateful for Summer Joy Raymer. She put a link in the comments. So anybody that's not familiar with the angel prayers, you can just click on that link and go find it. Now you have to enable the skill on Alexa. Is that correct, Sheri?
You do. You do. You can do it on your phone. Doesn't cost anything. Just get the Alexa app, and then you can go to my angel prayer. And then you have access to a lot of prayers. Just Alexa, play me an angel prayer. And we have 30 that are rotating right now that are wonderful. Yeah.
I've actually heard mine before.
Have you?
I would say, Alexa, play the angel prayer, and all of a sudden there I am.
Yes.
Speaking a prayer, and I'm like,
yes.
oh, that's pretty cool. So this is how beautiful Sheri Myers is. When they play our prayer on Alexa, there's a voice that comes on, her beautiful voice at the end, and ask if you want more information about that person that just spoke the prayer. Oh my God, you are, like I said, you are the most giving person on the universe. You give from deep in your heart. And there's not a selfish bone in you. I'm just going to put that out there because I know that for a fact. Because like you said earlier, we are all in this. We're all one. And it's just my prayer that more people will find that and really connect to the oneness of us all, because it's there. And when we have people like Sheri that brings that out in everybody and says, hey, we're all in this together. We're all in this pool. You know, I love it. And I love what we do.
We are angels to each other.
We are. Absolutely.
We are.
So then the next thing that I heard from Sheri Myers was, I have a secret. I have a secret. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to keep a secret? But it was such a beautiful secret because it was your book. And I had no idea that you were writing a book. I don't think really a lot of people did
no.
Nope. You kept that secret well, Sheri.
Well, you know, until you've got it done, sometimes it doesn't really kind of work to say I'm writing a book, because then people say, how's the book coming?
Yes, exactly. And
so
the pressure because you told somebody else, right?
It is so great to finally to be able to share these pieces, these you know, these little diamonds that kind of flew down or came down, and when we offer encouragement and love, we offer the diamond, you know, that is us. And we're reflecting back to somebody their indestructible spirit, you know, which is what you do, Teri. That's what we can all do for each other, is embody the indestructible spirit and call that up in ourselves, because it's too late to quit is truly a rallying cry. I believe. I believe this is not just a movie. This is a movement to really bring awareness and action and consciousness and getting things done that are good for people. I'm going to kind of leave it pretty vague. For me, Teri, it's community gardens. I'm going to be raising money from the sale of the book, and also in a special program with Sign. We're going to be doing a fundraiser for Archie's Acres. They train returning veterans to become hydroponic farmers.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's my mission. That's the Green Angels mission.
Yeah.
That is, I can, those things you've been wanting to do. And I was like, yeah, we're going to see how we can do this and help, because we got a lot of things coming up where we've got to wrap our arms around some big problems.
Yes, we certainly do. And that is such a great mission. And Sign is such a great network.
They
And I
are.
know Summer is on here today. And Summer, we just love you. And thank you for all of your support.
Thank you, Summer.
And such a beautiful soul. And she is doing a program later this week. I think it's on Wednesday. I don't know what day we're in right now. But there's a big, I'm sorry, we're on Tuesday.
I'm sorry. No, I think it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday?
Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. I always say it's this day. But Summer is also holding a celebration for you, as well as myself. We're going to have a big party where people can just come on and acknowledge your book and share their appreciation for you. So we've got some things going on this week. Your book just came out. Was it Sunday? Monday?
Sunday, you could download it. Sunday, Mother's Day.
Which leads us to the next thing. One of your inspirations in life, and one person that you dedicated it to was Sylvia. I love your Sylvia. I call her my Sylvia now. I've adopted her as well.
I'm glad. Yes. My 92-year-old mother, Sylvia Myers Willoughby, is the inspiration for a good part of the book, in that she is the living embodiment of It's Too Late to Quit. And I tell the story of how she's this wonderful watercolorist that hid her work. I mean, basically, she gave a few paintings away over the years, but most of the time she held it back because she doesn't have confidence.
Right.
Okay, fast forward to she's now 92, and we're moving her into assisted living, finally, from Florida to New Hampshire. 50 pieces of art come out of her closet, her walk-in closet. 50 beautiful pieces of art. It's like, what's this? It's like, well, so we pack it up, we take it up to New Hampshire, and in New Hampshire, she says to my husband, she has a bucket list, and top of her bucket list is to have a show. Have her own show. So my husband told me, and I said, well, let's do it. So we had a show. We had a show for my mother in December where she had 50 pieces of work up. She had more pieces matted. She had a book. We created a book, and she had cards, and she was reviewed by the local paper. So that is the story. I tell that story, and I show some of the work and the photos at the back of the book, because I really wanted to honor my mom for taking it on, even at the age of 92, when she is in hospice for pulmonary fibrosis, which means she's on oxygen 24/7. Mm-hmm. She has not good days a lot. But she does have this dream. And to be able to witness, to see her unfolding, this is part of, and I think it's on our Facebook page, How to Connect with Angels, is my interview with my mother, and to show her the pages of the book and to ask her, why did she wait for so long before she shared such gorgeous work? Because it's something we can all relate to. And we can all relate to that thing that I don't know, But when you have someone or yourself as an encourager who says, and you have a book like I wrote, which says, hey, it's too late to quit. You got to do that. If that's your priority, you're going to do that. Or it's not your priority. Stop lying to yourself. It's okay. Just don't lie, you know. But my mom, again, and she has a fan club. She has a website.
Yes.
It's awesome. It's really, it's
And
great.
and her paintings, Sheri,
Yeah,
are so beautiful.
she is. She's so talented. She's so talented. There was a friend who's an art professor, and she said that one of mom's pieces really reminded her of Cezanne.
Yeah.
My mother has such a wonderful, wonderful touch, watercolor landscapes. It's
Mhm.
amazing. It's just amazing. And I'm just really grateful that, you know, there's a whole lot of things rolled up in that experience. So I think I kind of unpack a lot of it throughout the book in terms of the process
Yeah.
of moving yourself through your resistance, right, Teri? I mean,
Right.
what did you get?
Yeah, moving through resistance. And Sheri, quit has never been in my vocabulary. It's one of those words that I'm like, what does that mean? But I know when I get an urge and I get the message from the angels to do something, I know that it's going to get done. But sometimes I do that procrastination thing that you talked about. But it's like, no, I'm not going to give up. And I have dreams and I have my bucket list and things that I want to accomplish also. Um, but it's like, no, I'm not going to give up. And once I make a commitment, that's it. Once I say yes to something, it's like, yeah, there is no quitting. There's no looking back even. It's
Yeah.
like, this is how it is now. This is what I'm involved in now. This is what I'm going to do. So I think for many people, they're going to see through your words in this book that quitting really is not an option. I mean, like you said, if it's something that you started, maybe you dabbled in it and you wanted to see if that was for you and it wasn't, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You're not quitting. You're just recognizing that you're not in alignment with that.
It's not your priority. That's right. It's not your priority, right? And one of the other things that I think that we're at the cusp of now is being able to bring this working with the angels more, even more into the mainstream,
Mhm.
working with energy, working with Reiki, working with all of that that is feels more and more not just plausible, but it is functioning. It is functioning right now in our world, the
Yeah.
divine. And how can we bring ourselves to a really powerful life? How can we bring ourselves forward to a powerful life as a healed person?
Mhm.
What is it that is what is involved in the healing? And I want to offer that working with your angels, being in prayer, offering up problem itself and the pain itself as something to be healed rather than something to be grappled with. It's like moving on, moving on, moving on. How can we move on and move up and expand our sense of ourself? How do we drop what is not working from the past? And especially our views of ourselves, right? I mean,
Oh, absolutely. And I
yeah.
think my picture is frozen, but can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, computers, I'm not getting along with them well right now. But
No.
yeah, but trying to break through that resistance, because a big part of that is how do I see myself? And do I see myself moving forward or am I stuck? And many times we get stuck. Sometimes it's because of fear, because we take on something and we're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? What have I got myself into now? Right?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
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 But how do we move beyond the fear? That's the biggie, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when the mission is louder than the voice in your head, try that on. You know,
Yeah.
when
Wow.
the call is louder than the in your head, so what are you doing? Don't do that. Or are you going to get scared? You know, it's like, oh my God, you know.
All that chatter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was listening to some Eckhart Tolle today. I absolutely love him. And
Yes.
he was talking about listening to the silence. And I absolutely love that statement, Sheri.
Mm-hmm.
When we can listen to the silence, then we know that we've really gotten to a centered and balanced place inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when we find that place, that gives us the strength to move forward, to break through whatever those limitations are that's holding us from that finish line. And I love that your book uses the metaphor of the marathon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot from going through that training. And wow, it has helped me ever since. And that was, I mean, I didn't start running marathons until I was in my late 40s. I
Wow.
just wanted to go to Hawaii. And if you ran the marathon, you could go to Hawaii. It's just like, well, okay.
Now there's motivation.
Yeah. Well, how else was I going to get there at this point? I don't know. Damn, I'll do that. You know, how hard can it be? You're going to put that on my tombstone.
Yeah.
Hard
These
can it be?
last words.
So, you know, the training, it's so much of it. It is, you know, it is having that mental strength to push yourself past your fear
Mhm.
of your pain. And it's a physical pain. It doesn't have to be suffering pain. Sometimes, though, and this is what you get to watch. You get to watch how you can drop from physical pain into suffering.
Mhm.
And what is suffering? It's taking it on like, starting to beat yourself up. Something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. Well, maybe not. Maybe you just are running on your 18th mile and your legs are worn out. And that's finding that place where you're not. And I'm a very self-critical person. So, you know, it's like talk about the chatter. So I would get to mile 19 and I would be in terrible pain, lactic acid, you know, all of that. And I write about it in the book. And then this friend of mine had given me this mantra, which was, Lord, pick up my feet and I'll put them down.
Oh, yes, I remember that in the book.
And I chanted that
Mhm.
for about 4 miles. Lord, pick up my feet and I'll put them down. Lord, pick up my feet. And that's prayer. That's the
Yes,
beauty of prayer, isn't it?
it is.
You know, a big part of the book is prayer.
Mhm.
You know, let's allow ourselves to pray.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've talked a lot about prayer and just what prayer is. And I'd like to hear your idea or your concept of prayer because I think it can mean different things to different people.
Now that I have I feel more of a connection with the divine or
Mhm.
with my helpers. Not that it's like energy tapping me on the shoulder or anything like that, y'all. But there is, my prayer can now be, angels, I don't know how I'm going to get home. You got to show me. Angels, I'm really tired. Give me some energy. And the angels, take away this anxiety, please. And give yourself that moment to bring it in, whatever you ask for. Now I know it is an ask. Prayer is an ask. And for me, it's better if I can say it out loud. Um, it just is pushes me to have that one moment where I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to have my private moment here and I'm going to ask my angels. And then I think, Terry, we're in communication all day with what that sense is. Are we, are we in the flow? Are we in agreement? Are we moving with what's happening, what's being offered us? Are we in the joy of it, in the opportunity, or are we in the resistance and not listening? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And so to me, it's letting ego step aside.
yeah. For sure. I mean, I was a Buddhist, and there's pieces of that in the book as well. I was a Buddhist. I chanted, oh my goodness, 25 years chanted. I chose chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And even as I was chanting, I said to my Buddhist mentor, this wonderful woman, Kate, and I would say to her, I am really uncomfortable doing this because I really think it's a crutch. I think this chanting is a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That was just what I was putting in front of it. So I was not really asking or allowing or surrendering or believing, maybe. I'm with this practice, with working with angels and with meditating. I do meditate. I listen to Melanie Beckler. I love her. I listen to you. I listen to people I can take that 20, 30 minutes. Taking that 20 or 30 minutes every day, Teri, is it. That's it. That's the rock. That's the rock you can stand on, isn't it?
It really is. My meditation time, it's even changed over this time of isolation and separation now. And I've really gone a lot deeper in my meditation, but I realize I need that. I need that time for me.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. It's me.
Mhm.
And I do a meditative prayer. So I'll meditate, but I'm also, what comes up in that meditation, I'm just giving it over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think
It's wonderful if we can help ourselves any way we can help ourselves get to self-love. And I am going to circle back and just say working with the angels and being part of a very healthy network of people who communicate with the angels, share about the angels, our therapists, social workers, very highly intelligent, sophisticated, giving, generous, awesome people. That's who's in the book.
yes. Yes, there is awesomeness in that book. There really is. Even the quotes where you quoted people, it like takes you to a higher
Well,
plane.
I wrote all that, Teri. I didn't quote anybody.
Oh, it's not quotes. You wrote it.
Yeah, I wrote all that. I wrote and then I dedicated a page. The only quotes are from Marty, my therapist.
I love Marty, your therapist.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
He really is.
Isn't it wonderful when we can go back and again, like take another lens, look back at the advice we got. And even though the advice he gave me was brilliant, it was like, I can't hear that. I can't do that. But now it makes such sense, So yeah.
And that's what happens when you do more self-reflection.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful process. And what I want to know, and I'm sure other people do, and I saw your interview with Sylvia. I saw that beautiful video you posted. How soon did you let her know that you were writing a book?
I told her when I was seeing her, not until very recently, in fact. She fell March 5th, and I flew up to New Hampshire from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And I was checking on her, making sure that she was okay. And then within 2 weeks, the curtain came down and I was still able to see her. And then I wasn't. But somewhere in that March, when she was recovering and we were spending a lot of time together, I told her that I was creating a book. And it was like, oh, well, that's nice. Oh, and it wasn't until that interview that I did with her that I showed her the pages that I had created for her. I did ask her for some hints. I said, Mom, I'm making a chapter about you. Like, can we think of some cute, helpful hints? And she came up with, like, this don't take your teeth out, and the other one. And it like my mother is happy to share. And it's really nice, it's nice when we can feel valued and that what you say matters and people want to know what you want to say. It's like, that's the thing that my mother is experiencing. Someone who is very shy all her life.
Right. Oh my gosh, she's so funny, Sheri.
She is. She's a very funny little lady.
Mhm. Yeah, she is very funny, and I love how she's brought out in the book, and that
Thank
you're
you.
highlighting her art as well, her big accomplishment in life.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, we all want to be seen and acknowledged, don't we?
Yeah.
Not just her, but all of us want to know that we're being seen by others, that
But
what we do matters.
first, it's we really have to see ourselves. It's like reflecting back, and the Buddhists are so great at this. It's like, don't try to change what's in the mirror, but really, here's your light. And are you feeling your light or not? Are you sitting on your own desires and passions? Are you? Because it's all up to us. It's all up to us to ask for healing. It's all up to us to allow ourselves to have the things that we really dream of. And it's up to us to commit, and back to what you were saying, Teri, all of the commitment that takes to moving that, dream, moving with that dream.
Mhm.
Being in action is very important. That's part of the message, I would say, of my life and of this book, is that action, small steps. Fine, it's fine. Take a small step.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
loving yourself. Back to that, loving yourself and hanging in there for yourself. Sometimes I say, because I do this. I do. I go,
Good for you.
good for you. I said, that's great, Sheri.
Yeah, exactly. I say
Good
this
girl.
yeah, all the time. I'm telling people, you teach other people how to treat you.
Yes.
So if you're celebrating you, you're teaching other people, this is how you treat me. This is how you treat other people in
Mm-hmm.
life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, celebrate yourself, pat yourself on the back,
Pat yourself on the back.
buy yourself the flowers.
Yep. 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 Honoring that, honoring your courage. Big part of it too, isn't it?
Yes.
Nobody has it
That's
easy.
a big word.
Yeah. To encourage, right? I mean, this is a book of encouragement. And what is courage? You know what your courage point is. Teri, gosh, wow. You have tremendous courage. You have tremendous courage to share everything that has been going on with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My life is kind of an open book.
And shining through it.
Yeah.
That's another piece of it. That's something that I want to say, is that, like, if we ask for help, we're not helpless. It's when we don't ask for help and we sit there and we need help and we don't ask. That's when we're helpless. That's when we're a victim.
Right. And we wonder why nobody cares.
And we wonder, yes, well, you have, just like with asking the angels, you have to ask. That's tough. Maybe that's the toughest part of it, asking for help.
It is. And it takes courage to open your mouth and say that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have this thought that it's selfish.
Yeah.
but it's not. There's a
No.
big difference in putting yourself first and being selfish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sheri Myers, I just admire you so much.
Oh, honey.
You are
Thank
one
you.
remarkable woman. You really
Oh,
are.
thank you, Terry.
Your
Thank you.
your thoughts, your inspiration, the way you treat other people. And I'm just hoping that the listeners today have got just a little glimpse of who you are from this conversation. And I apologize for the technical problems. This has been happening more and more with technology lately, but it's okay. We plowed through it, didn't we? We
We
did.
did,
We did
honey.
not quit.
No quitting. No quitting.
Oh my goodness, Sheri,
Yeah. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, everybody.
I love you so much.
I
And
love
I
you
know
too.
that Summer put some links in the comments, but let's just speak
Thank you.
them out as well about how people can find you, how they can find this Angel Lady movie that's there's information about it already out there and podcasts that people can listen to.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
let's tell people how they can go find all that.
It's so simple. Angel Lady movie. Angel Lady movie, not the, but Angel Lady movie is that's like the mothership. And it has the information about the film and it has the link, the drop downs for all the podcasts. We've got so many great podcasts. Also drop down to take you to where you can listen to angel prayers and also drop down where you can go and buy the book. I really hope that link's on there and I'm not incorrect. If you do not see the link for the book, it's called It's Too Late to Quit and it's on Amazon.
It
You
is
know,
on Amazon and it's on Kindle and paperback, correct?
yeah, exactly. And I love to have people read it and let me know what they think and let me see. It'd be so awesome. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, honey.
Oh, my pleasure. I
Oh,
always love you on to my shows to talk to you because you're so full of love. And
yeah.
that is what I'm all about. So anybody that's like-minded, it's like, come on in, let's give a big hug. I
Mm-hmm.
love you. I love
I
you so
love
much.
you.
And I know that you're getting lots of hearts from the audience and go buy the book. It's
Go buy the book.
late to quit.
It's not expensive at all.
And is it Wednesday? When are we doing your celebration, Sheri?
Oh, we're doing the celebration Thursday at noon, my noon, probably your one.
1 o'clock my time. We are doing a Facebook Live to celebrate Sheri. So get the book and read it.
Yes.
And then come and tell Sheri how wonderful it is on Thursday at 1 o'clock. It'll be on Facebook Live. We'll be sharing that out everywhere. So you'll be able to find it on
Yes.
any of the pages that you connect to. And let's just celebrate Sheri. That's what I want to do. I want to lift you up and just let everybody bathe in your sunshine.
Oh, Terry, thank you. And on Thursday we're going to have probably a number of other dedicated helpers like Terry who are in the book. Maybe a few, and we're going to
Yeah,
profile a few of those people so everybody knows what it's about,
yeah,
right?
beautiful.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone that
Bye,
watched. I
everybody.
love you all so much. And stay with Enlightened World Network. We are doing a dragon show tonight at 8 o'clock. We're going to connect with dragons. So stay with Enlightened World. You never know what we're going to be doing on here, but it's always uplifting and it's always fun. You're not going to be bored with Enlightened World Network for sure. So thank you again for connecting and for watching the live. We love you so much. Sending out lots of love to all. Bye now. Bye, Sheri.